Okay. Hello? Test 1, 2.
Testing.
And good evening, football fans, and thanks so much for tuning in to the Current High Network's exclusive coverage of high school football alongside my broadcast partner, Rick Van Horn. I'm Rick Hudgens, and we're so glad to join you tonight from North High School, where we got a little rivalry brewing here. Centennial coming to the home of the Stars. Your thoughts, Rick, about this big one?
Well, it's a neighborhood game. You know, these guys are natural built-in rivals. Centennial, when they opened up, took a lot of North High guys. A lot of old alumni had to take their kids over there and start a new tradition, and that's what they did. And Centennial's flourished. North High kind of dropped down a little bit, but now it looks like they're on the uprise.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what transpires. Head coach Norm Brown, big season last year, 9 wins, tying the 1970 record of the North High football team. Made it all the way to the D4 semifinals, ran into a buzzsaw in Central Valley Christian. But other than that, a great season. And what head coach Norm Brown wants more than anything is to get off to a fast start. Started off 3-3 last year. Doesn't want to have to make a 6-0 run at the end of the year. Wants that consistency from the beginning.
Yeah, and they're running it, got a 6-game winning streak at the end of the year. Of course, lost in the semis to Central Valley, but had some big wins. Probably had one of the most exciting wins of the year last year when they beat Selma in an overtime game, 36-35. Bailey West and some of the guys they had last year, Victor Boggs, all gone now.
Yep.
And it's whether they can replace them or not.
And how do you replace a guy like Bailey West? Single-season record for most passing yards last year. And North High is down to their third quarterback to transfer from West High, Cole Fields.
Yeah, and the transfer from East High they got at quarterback won't be eligible for about the 5th game. So, well, that's good. They're getting transfers in and not out.
That's true.
So there was Doughton from East High, who's a quarterback, won't be eligible for a 5th game, I believe. He's one of the few that had to sit out.
Yes.
All the other transfers around town are playing right away.
Yeah, so, and the thing with Cole Fields is that he's such a versatile player and such a great athlete. Coach Norm Brown is going to use him all over the field, so we'll see if he is able to hold down that quarterback spot throughout the season. Conversely, Centennial, this is Coach Chad Brown's first group that he began with 4 years ago at Centennial as freshman, and now he believes he's got the team that he wants doing and playing the way that he wants.
Well, they've got some key questions to answer this year, and they've got a lot of guys to replace. Will Alexander, quarterback, Luke Terrio, the Hartsfield brothers, Zach and Cody, and Zach Hernandez were all outstanding players last year. And even with that, they only went 2-8. So this year, they got to find a guy that can throw it and get him some snaps and kind of go back. They got to find something to do to get those wins back on the Centennial side.
Yeah, we'll pause for the national anthem, and then we'll be back with you. Yeah, we talk a little bit about Centennial. You mentioned they've got a quarterback to replace Will Alexander, graduate at Elon College now. Outstanding athlete, basketball as well. But Kyle Connolly seems to have the confidence of his teammates this year. He was a backup to Alexander last year, had an outstanding freshman, played outstandingly well at the Frost-Soft and JV level, and now this is his team. And he's excited for the opportunity.
Yeah, another guy we can't pass up. Probably going to be one of the most recruited players in Bakersfield. Kobe Workington.
Yes.
6'5", 225-pound D-end. Got a lot of bloodline. His grandfather was an old driller.
Yep.
In the Driller Hall of Fame, was a renegade. His cousin, Chad Provençal. I don't know if you remember Chad. He was an old-time driller, running back and ex-head coach at Liberty.
Oh, yes.
And his cousin, Daniel Shoney, who's an offensive lineman at UNLV this year.
Wow. Yeah, Workington, a verbal commit to Fresno State. He's a big guy, and he's a massive weapon at tight end and defensive end. And on the other side, you got big James Johnson, first-team All-Area last season.
James is one of these two. Kobe and James are probably one of the top 10 if you had top 10 best players in town, and two of them are here tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Building this rivalry. Centennial at North, and we are underway week 1. And that one will bounce out of the end zone for the automatic touchback. First down and 10 for the Centennial Golden Hawks. They will start at quarterback with number 18, Kyle Connolly. Some other guys you need to look out for. Grant Bloom, the senior. He will play some running back, but a guy that head coach Chad Brown really likes is a sophomore who really played well, ran well against Ridgeview in the scrimmage last week, Ty Glass.
Now he's a sophomore, isn't he?
Yes, he's a sophomore. Connolly in the shotgun, spread offense, quick pass. Ball is caught. Number 11. Grabbed by Grant Bloom. That's a guy, one of the senior leaders, along with Workington, makes the grab on a first down and 10 out to the 36-yard line, a gain of 16 on the play. Connolly wearing number 18, hands off. Here's the sophomore, Ty Glass, breaks up the middle and gets all the way down to the North High 25. There is a penalty marker down in North High territory, and we'll see what the call is.
Might be a face mask or a horse collar. Don't know, because that was deep into that run there. Seeing a lot of staple stuff that we've seen for years and years, going back to the Brian Nixon days, spread offense, 2x2. Quarterbacks, some great quarterbacks Centennial's had that's ran this offense. Sean Alexander, Brock Bivens, Brent Morrell, and of course, Cody Kessler.
Yeah. Some great years at Centennial under those players.
All running this variation of this offense.
Hudson Sable, you got to watch out for him. He's at the bottom of our screen. Ty Glass is a lone back. Connolly in the gun. Takes a snap. Tosses and just over the outstretched hands of the running back, Ty Glass.
Actually, pretty good ball there by Connolly. I don't know if the receiver was ready for it, but Connolly's not looking bad. His first drive, he's made some throws and looks good.
Yeah, talking to Dylan Ferris, starting guard for Centennial Senior. I talked to him last night, and he said that Connolly, he really has it. He reads defenses well, he checks down well, and he's got a strong arm. He can make every throw. Centennial won't like that, as they will be penalized all the way back to the Stars' 34-yard line.
Well, the good thing about it, he's been in a Chad Brown offense now for 3 years. He's a junior, or senior?
He's a senior, yeah,
okay,
so he's
for
been here all 4
years. Yeah.
So Connolly, hand off to Glass. No, Connolly will keep it. A little shimmy and works his way inside the 25 to about the 22-yard line.
Just a little read option there on big 75 for North High. They didn't block him, let him come up the field, and they kind of made their read off that, and he made a nice run and nice read.
Connolly fires, man wide open. Touchdown, Centennial. The first 6 points of season 1, the 2018 season, and Connolly connects. And we'll see it. Difficult to see who that receiver is.
Was that number 11?
I believe it was number 11, Grant Bloom. So 6 points despite the penalty. And Centennial mixing it up, pass and throw. Extra point is up and good by Cody Gregg. So 10:59 to go in the opening quarter. Centennial jumps on top, 7-0.
That's the way you want to open the football season right there, taking your first drive, 80 yards for a 75 yards for a touchdown. We were talking about Cody Kessler earlier. His dad, Donnie, who was a all-star athlete here at North High in the early 80s, is now the trainer at Centennial.
Yes.
So, we got some mixed blood there, and I noticed I saw that JV game, North High legend Danny Sasso coaching on the sidelines.
Oh, yeah. So set to send it away will be Cody Gregg, the kicker, number 26, and the two deep men for the Stars. I believe that's number 6, Cameron Gray. And Chris Romero. Line drive over the head and out of the end zone for the automatic touchback. So we'll see how North sets up shop with transfer quarterback from West High, Cole Fields. He wears number 8, 5'11", 150. And a very solid running back in the backfield in Chris Romero, top rusher in 2017 with 1,600 plus yards.
Well, the biggest question Norm Brown has is which one of them can get the ball to James Johnson? That's the biggest question.
Fields, handoff up the middle, and picked up about a yard. Met by a host of Centennial defenders. Leading the way is number 20, Johnny Upshaw. So Romero, 1 yard gain, 2nd and 9. Fields up under center. 2 receivers to his left. One at the bottom of our screen to the right, and the lone setback. Fields rolling to his left and will be tracked down and dropped for a loss. Solid defense right there. Good pursuit by Centennial to shut it down.
Yeah, it was. The fun thing about watching a North High team is you may see 4 or 5 different offenses. You're going to see spread. You're going to see him under the center. You're going to see some double wing. You see some wing T. You just never know what you're going to see during the course of a game. I remember last year we did their Independence game, and in warm-ups saw 5 different offenses that they warmed up to.
What a learning curve. Under center. Fields. Back to pass is sacked. There is a penalty marker down on the play. Sack was made by number 71, Nick Strickland. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 12, but a personal foul against Centennial. And they had him, Rick, the Centennial D had North backed up, 3rd down and long, and then you get that kind of penalty and give him an automatic 1st down. Coach Chad Brown's got to be livid.
Well, looks like it's still going to be 3rd and short. So they got a 10-yarder, which they were 3rd and 13, now it's 3rd and 3.
It'll be 3rd down and 3. Yep.
See, we're in a double wing now, and here we go.
It's a quick pitch. Romero met by a host of Centennial defenders and will not pick up the 1st. Oh, he will. He will get the 1st down. I stand corrected. 1st down. Chris Romero picking it up. And North High on the move. North High in their road grays with red. And Centennial their road whites with Vegas gold and red trim. Fields in the gun. Romero takes the inside handoff.
Well, the one guy we were talking about for North High is still on the sideline during this offensive set, number 2, James Johnson. So
interesting. We know he plays both ways, but he's tough to cover. See if they can get the ball to him. Here's the pitch. Romero, nice cutback, and pushes his way out over the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Gain of 3.
Not a bad play by North. They actually double-teamed Cody Workentine. That might be their plan. He's going to see a lot of double teams this whole year. But North High actually did a good job double-teaming him and keeping him off the edge.
You know, one of the interesting things Coach Norm Brown says is that he has a smaller team this year, but they are able to play in so many different positions. He likes the athleticism. And a penalty marker down as play is blown dead, and North players are in disgust because it's a false start. So 5-yard penalty will make it 3rd and 11 instead of 3rd and 6. So now what do you expect head coach Norm Brown to do? 3rd and 11 instead of 3rd and 6, Rick.
Well, I don't know how much confidence he has in these quarterbacks yet. So, and Johnson on the sideline, so you might get a quick slant here or a fly.
Here's Fields.
Here. Looks like, nope.
From the 29, Fields is going to keep it, and he will go nowhere. Excellent play by number 11, Grant Bloom, coming up from his safety spot. Great cover man, but he can also move up to the line. And he is a heavy hitter, so it'll be 4th down. And back in punt formation for the Stars will be number 11. And back deep for the Golden Hawks. And the punt sails out of bounds. So it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Hawks. So 6:08 to go in the opening quarter. It is Centennial 7, North 0, and we'll take a break on the Kern High Network.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile.
And I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile, and I still do everything online or through.
And welcome back to the Kern High Network. North High School, Rick Hudgens, Rick Van Horn calling the action. And Kyle Connolly's pass, dangerous pass with the defender draped all over.
Left corner looks like number 20.
Good defensive play by number 20, Josiah Toro. Toro, a 5'9" senior. Connolly back to pass. North trying to put some pressure on, and Connolly dancing through traffic and works his way into Star territory at the 43-yard line. A nice run.
Nice comeback block by number 10, David Stevenson for Centennial. That was borderline one of those, thought the flag was going to come out. You never know.
12-yard gain by Connolly. Now he'll try to set up. Nope, he's going to tuck it away. Gets to the outside edge, picks up the first down. It's going to be close. Right at the marker, we'll see.
Oh, it looks like they got it.
Got a first down. Nice run by Connolly.
2 back-to-back runs.
Showing that he is a threat, like some of the old Centennial quarterbacks of yesteryear. Quick pass inside, great hands. Nice catch with the defender draped all over him. That ball was thrown behind, but I guess it was the only place that his own man could catch it away from the defender.
I didn't get a number on that. It looked like 80.
It'll be first down and 10 from the North High 22. Ty Glass takes the handoff and goes nowhere. Nice job by the interior defense of North High.
Centennial going fast pace on the ball, getting the call from the sidelines.
Yeah, last night in talking to Dylan Ferris, mentioned earlier, guard for Centennial, first-year starter as a senior. He's been in the program for 4 years. He said that that's one thing that people won't be ready for is that up-tempo, no-huddle, fast-paced offense. Third down and 2. 4:45 to go in the opening quarter. 7-0 Centennial. Connolly keeps it and slipped.
Yeah, a team like North High with not a lot of depth, got a lot of big guys that their hands may be on those hips come fourth quarter if Centennial can keep this kind of pace up.
And now whistle timeout on the field. It'll be charged to North. So it'll be fourth down and a yard from the 13. 4:18 to go in the opening quarter. What do you expect head coach Chad Brown is going to run here?
4th and 1. You got to give it to your running back. I think he'll stay in the gun, some kind of read option, just like they've been doing. So they may have a heavy package now that they've got a timeout and can make some personnel changes. So going for this early, I like to see that. 10-yard line is well within this kicker, Greg's range, because I saw off that kickoff, put it 2 yards deep in the end zone. So
yeah, 30-yard field goal would be in his range, but we'll see what they come out and do. Centennial on the march again. Can the North High Stars stop them?
I see the big horse 17 working team in there, so.
We haven't seen him get the ball any tight end hot patterns yet.
Oh, here they go.
And a keeper by Connolly. trying to force his way over the right side of the line. And still waiting for the indication. They may have to measure for this one. So Connolly with the keeper. And it will be an official measurement. Scoring update from down in Orange County, Mission Viejo. It was Mission Viejo, at last we saw it was Mission Viejo 21, Liberty, the number 4 team in the Valley, 0. Tough matchup there last night. Bakersfield High went down to Servite. Dominated line of scrimmage, but the old turnover bugaboo, Rick, that'll cost you every time.
Yes, it will. So good ball game. You know, they ran back the opening kickoff. Pretty even, back and forth. Servite picks the ball. Second quarter goes into halftime, 14-0. Jewelers came out, put a nice drive together, 14-7, and then Servite sealed it with a field goal late in the game, and 17-7.
Yeah. Well, great stand by the North High Stars as they stop Connolly short and take over right at the 13-yard line. My goodness, that had to have been close. 4:10 to go, opening quarter. Fields in the gun, number 8. Quick drop, fires out, nice pass, and the receiver saw it go in and out of his hands.
Yeah, nice throw by Cole Fields. That's the best throw we've seen him make tonight.
Yeah, that pass was in and out of the hands of number 81.
You know, if you coach Norm Brown, it's always nice to get one transfer in at quarterback, but when you get two transfer quarterbacks in, somebody's smiling down on him.
That's right.
So
penalty against North High. That'll push them back 5. Second down and 15 now from their own 8. See what Centennial does defensively.
Well, you know, when you said that working team's a commit to Fresno State, our cameraman got Julian Wilson got all awful happy. You notice that?
Yeah. Our cameraman, Julius Wilson. So short yardage gain just over the 10-yard line, a pickup of about 2.5, so it's 3rd and long, make it 13. 3:43 to go here in this opening quarter, and fans, because of not only the hot weather but the bad air conditions, this game was pushed back tonight to 8:25. Earlier tonight, the North High Stars made a late stand, the JVs, and beat Centennial 16-14 in a hard-fought game there. Fields drops, fires, and that's going to be picked off and then dropped.
Oh, hold it. I think they're going to give it to him.
It's going to be Centennial's ball.
Number 3 ended up with it, the corners.
Hudson Sable. 5'9", 160. He's a newcomer, but Coach Chad Brown is very high on this young man, a receiver and defensive back. And Centennial will take over. So when you're a player of the caliber of a James Johnson, and you know that you're a matchup problem for a defense, how frustrating must that be not to be able to get the ball to you?
Well, it's even harder when you're not on the field. So,
yes,
you know,
that's what I mean. Handoff. Here's Ty Glass. And Glass spins his way. Tough little running back. Not not a very big guy, but he fights his way to the 29-yard line using the nice blocks of his offensive line. Connolly out to Glass, and Glass will be spun down by number 4, Gavin Short, 5'9", junior. It's 145. Nice tackle there. And it was Glass who lost a shoe. So he will have to depart, and they'll bring in Grant Bloom, a running back. Second down and 3 from the North High 29 with 2:32 to go in the opening quarter.
This is a great, can't understand what they did here. They just moved the chain, so it's.
Now they're saying it's first down.
Okay.
So they did get a first down. Initially it said 2nd and 3. Connolly, beautiful ball into the end zone, but right there, and it went off the chest of the intended receiver.
Josiah, the cornerback for North, number 20, Josiah Toro. It's his second good play. Remember, he almost made the pick here about midfield on the quick screen. So.
Yeah, nice defensive play there on Morgan Dutton, the junior. Nice quick little slant caught.
That was a great play by Connolly. Waited, saw it wasn't there, kind of waited. Took a little off, made a great touch pass there.
Right on the money to Carson McKinley. Oh, an eligible receiver downfield against Centennial, though. And we saw this happen on not the last drive, but 2 drives ago when Centennial got pushed back for a personal foul, but then ended up getting a touchdown anyway.
Yeah. And what happens on that, they may have a run pass called, so the linemen are doing a run play. Quarterback's reading it. He may hand it off, but on that, you saw he double clutched and was waiting, so the lineman got downfield.
Connolly, all kinds of time, and now he's going to keep it. Nice cutback. Connolly still on his feet, picks up the first down at the 12-yard line. Another nice run by Kyle Connolly, making the right decision, tucking it away, Rick.
Yeah, big play down here. You know, we've seen his, and as Centennial goes on, he's going to have to make these plays with his feet to stay in games in this league that they're playing in, you know, and it's in the big league against Bakersfield, Stockdale, and Liberty. He's going to have to make plays with his feet, and he's doing that so far. Yeah,
good start for Kyle Connolly. His first year as a starter, backup last year, but knows head coach Chad Brown's system, started at the JV and Frost Soft level, and has waited his turn, and we've got a timeout on the field. So we'll take a break. 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter at North High. Centennial 7, North 0.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile.
And I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
And welcome back. Rick Hudgens, Rick Van Horn, first quarter action, North High. Kern High Networks exclusive coverage.
Nice ball by Connolly. That just went right through the hands of the tight end there. Who is that? Number 80.
It's number 80.
That's Jacob Navarro.
Jacob Navarro, also a sophomore. Played big against Ridgeview in the scrimmage at linebacker and receiver. And that passes behind the intended receiver. So it'll be 3rd down and 10 from the 12.
Connolly tried to pass him into the open area. Glass was so fast getting in there, and he just wanted to keep going. But if he would have just settled in that hole where Connolly threw it, he would have completed it.
3rd down and 10. Connolly looking over at his head coach, Chad Brown. Now he'll take the snap. Glass breaks out of the backfield, makes the catch, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. So a pass to the running back who got out and just got enough space to grab that and get into the end zone. So the sophomore, Ty Glass, and Kyle Connolly right on the money. His 2nd touchdown pass of the game. And with 1:42 to go in the opening quarter, it's 13-0. And on to try the extra point is the kicker, Cody Gregg.
Just a little wheel route there by Glass, and actually Connolly was going to him all the way because he locked in on him early and by the inches slid that ball in there.
And the extra point by Cody Gregg is up and good. 1:42 to go in the first quarter from North High School. It's week 1, Centennial 14, North 0. And we will take a timeout only on the Kern High Network.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile.
And I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile.
And I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special. One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
I'm a millennial, and for me, it's all about the mobile.
And I'm somewhere in between. I still do my banking online and at the ATM. And with access to over 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs nationwide, Kern Schools is always close by.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial.
And welcome back, fans. 14-0 as Kyle Connolly finds his sophomore running back, number 21, Ty Glass. Connolly's 2nd touchdown and just his first start at the helm of the Centennial Golden Hawks varsity team. And now Gregg will send it away, and this one will be returned from the 2. Nice return near the 25 by number 5, Chris Romero. Romero at 5'9" and a very strong 180. The workhorse for the Stars. So you're down 14-0 at this juncture, Rick. North High, what do you expect them to do on offense? Do you expect them to just continue, try to mix it up?
In Coach Brown's system, it seems like he's going to find something in that bag of tricks, whether it's, maybe a double wing, fast pace where you're coming up and going. You saw there, that was an overload. They run the sweep, trying to outman Centennial, point of attack. He'll go doubles. Last year, he ran a lot of empty with Bailey West, 5 wide. So, in that hodgepodge of offense that they run, he's looking for something to start working.
It's a little chess match here. Chris Romero picked up 2, 2nd and 8 from the 25 of the Stars. Handoff Straight ahead. Worked his way out over the 25-yard line. And that time it was the fullback, number 13, Stephen Rost. Third down at 6.
The Battle of the Browns, huh? The Brown Bowl, is that what they're calling this?
Yes.
You know, you talk about what North High's got to get going. You know, Centennial is still Centennial. They're a Power League, SWYL member here. Big school, big kids, a lot of history. So Division II when it comes to the playoffs. Now you're playing in North High, who's Division IV in the playoffs. During this week, I know a lot of Centennial alumni were going, why are we playing this game? Because we've got nothing to gain. You know, we're supposed to beat up North High. We're the big school in the big league. And so we've got everything to lose and nothing to gain. Whereas North has everything to gain and nothing to lose.
Yeah, excellent point. So one quarter concluded here at North High School. Centennial 14, North 0. And we're going to take a break here on the Kern High Network. One quarter gone, only on the Kern High Network.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile.
And I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile. And I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special. One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
I'm a millennial, and for me, it's all about the mobile.
And I'm somewhere in between. I still do my banking online and at the ATM. And with access to over 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs nationwide, Kern Schools is always close by.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
And welcome back. 14-0, Centennial the lead after one quarter here. As it's gotten a little cooler here in Oildale. And North High will set up with Cole Fields, number 8.
Talking about going 5 wide here. Empty set with just Fields back there.
Fields fires, and a pass is incomplete. That was intended for Michael Hunter.
Probably a catchable ball. That would have gave him about a fourth and less than 1 there.
Now it'll be 3rd down and 6, or excuse me, 4th and 6, 27, and coming out as the punting unit for the Stars.
I see Johnson coming out now. Oh, he's back on the sideline.
Encouraging his teammates.
I do notice the new basketball coach at North High kind of shadowing him around because he's an outstanding basketball player too.
Yeah, new head coach A.J. Sharon. Coming back after a stint.
It's blocked.
And it's blocked. North comes up with it and brought down at the 25.
71 for Centennial. I couldn't tell if he got a hand on it or he knocked the North High player back into the punter.
Nick Strickland already made one big play. Big 6'4", 200-pounder. Number 71.
Couldn't really tell there if he got a hand on it or he just knocked the North High player back into his own punter.
Whatever works for Centennial. They must be thinking, and they'll take over 1st down and 10 here.
I think this is a good chance. Good time for Centennial to take a shot here.
Deep in Stars territory. Connolly will give it to Glass, and he will be stood up. Nice defensive work by number 13.
That's not the shot I was talking about.
Yeah. Lorenzo Briones the third, stepping up just 5'6", and 165, stood up, glass. Connolly, quick throw, bat in the air, and dangerous, incomplete, third down.
Yeah. You know, Centennial's hit him with that little curl right there about 3 times before, and North High, you know, fooled me once, shame on you, fooled me twice, shame on me, and they're starting to sit down in that little, so now you're going to run right by him as he's sitting, so.
Will this be the shot Connolly will take? Over the middle, nice catch made, breaking a tackle, and getting into the end zone for the Golden Hawk touchdown. A beautiful play, Connolly with a pass down the middle.
Josh Della Rosa made a nice yak after that, after the catch, had some nice yards after the catch, and a good effort to get in the end zone.
Yeah, Josh Della Rosa, number 7, 5'7" senior. Yeah, made a great finish there. Knocked his defender over.
3 touchdown passes for Conley in a quarter and a half?
Yes, 3 touchdown passes for Kyle Connolly in his varsity debut. As a starter, extra point is up and good by Greg. And with 11:10 to go in the half, first half, it is now Centennial 21, North 0, and we'll take a break on the Kern High Network.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile.
And I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile. And I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special. One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
I'm a millennial, and for me, it's all about the mobile.
And I'm somewhere in between. I still do my banking online and at the ATM. And with access to over 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs nationwide, Kern Schools is always close by.
So no matter how you do your banking,
And back at North High School, where Centennial, Kyle Connolly in his varsity starting quarterback debut with 3 touchdown passes now in just a little over a quarter. And now North on the return from their 3.
You know, somebody's going to get a lot of work. Cody Gregg here has done a great job. End zone, 2, inside the 5 here, you know. What year is he?
He's a senior.
Okay.
Cody Gregg, the senior. Never realized how important that kicking game is, and when you're in tight ball games or you're in the playoffs, always important to make
it's always a weapon when you can get that like he's been doing and giving North High the ball on the 20-yard line and having to go 80 yards. It's advantage defense.
So see what North can do now. Cole Fields in his debut, the West High transfer, number 8. He's thrown some nice passes.
He's had a couple drops. You know, he's
trying to get a big drive and a timeout on the field. Charge to the Stars, so they have 1 left in the half. And Centennial with all 3 in their back pocket. This time we'd like to thank all our sponsors, the Kern High Network, as this operation just gets bigger and bigger thanks to our Associate Superintendent, Stan Green, the mastermind of this network, something that is so unique and in Kern County, obviously unprecedented. So it's own Kern High School Network. We'd like to thank our good friend Kyle Wiley, who did a fantastic job as Stan's coordinator, who's now gone on to Golden Valley, back on campus as an assistant principal. And we thank him for all he's done. And of course, the KHSD superintendent, Brian Schaefer, formerly the principal of North High School. And the give is to Romero.
Now we talked about this, last series they came out and they went 5 wide with nobody backs. Now they're going tight, double wing. So, like I said, Norm Brown, he mixes it up. Got a lot of tricks in that bag there.
Coach Norm Brown looking for the right formula. North High trying to get something going offensively. And Romero will take the handoff and will be brought down at the 14-yard line.
So as a defense, when you're playing a Norm Brown team, he makes you keep your defense very vanilla because you never know what you're going to see. So you're going to get a lot of zone coverage. You're going to get a lot of 4 fronts, maybe some 5 fronts against a double wing. But you got to keep it vanilla because they make you practice so much during the week that you really can't. You've got to cover all this 5 wide, double wing, 2x2, 3x1.
Tough team to prepare for.
Nice play off the edge by number 11 again. Gosh.
Grant Bloom.
Bloom.
The 6 foot, 187-pound senior making another big play. It'll be 4th down and 6 from the Stars 15, and they'll have to punt it away again. Set to return for the Golden Hawks is number 10, David Stevenson. Stevenson, 5'11", 171, just a junior. And sends a high punt away into Golden Hawk territory. The 47 nearly lost the ball, and David Stevenson regains his momentum and fights his way inside the 30 to the 28-yard line of the Stars. Nice return by Stevenson. Almost forgot to hang on to the ball there.
Well, I tell you, in high school, that play there, just by him catching it, Centennial was ahead of the game because if he lets that bounce, he's probably going to lose another 15 yards. So getting a high school punt return to catch the ball,
yes,
over the course of a year saves you so much yardage.
And it's so maddening when a punt returner doesn't do his job. And Connolly on the mark again, but in and out of the hands of Ty Glass. They were going back to the running back. Oh, excuse me. No, they weren't.
No, they just went.
That's
went Stevenson there.
That was Stevenson.
And they just went 4 vertical. Another pretty good job by that corner here. He's made.
North High has been stern on defense. Bad snap, and Connolly will recover it for a loss back to the. They're going to mark it at the 42-yard line. Loss of nearly 15 on the play.
So tough to see North High's numbers. Gray on the red, but that is Josiah Toro, left corner here for North High, who's made 3 plays now.
Yeah.
And definitely a bright spot for North High.
He is.
On the
solid cover,
side.
man. And Rick, North High moving into a new league this year. And the penalty.
James Johnson hasn't been on the field, so I don't know if he's injured or there's a discipline problem or what, but he's yet to see the field. I believe North High is staying in the same league, aren't they? SEYL.
They're going to have, they'll have South.
Well, East
Foothill.
High comes in. Bakersfield Christian moves into the SYL there.
North will still have the North-South rivalry.
North-South, Highland,
Miramonte.
Foothill, Miramonte, and East.
A lot of changes with the coastal teams coming in, Rick, to the playoffs.
Well, for the
Central
section, playoffs, yeah.
Yes. It's going to be much tougher to make the playoffs than it has in the past. Connolly nearly spun down, got rid of it. Catch is made by Bloom. Thought he might have stepped out of bounds at around the 27, but nope. Official was right there, and he will down him at the 16-yard line. Nice athleticism there, making something out of nothing by Connolly, Rick.
Good play by Connolly. Good catch by Bloom. Bloom's made 3 or 4 plays already on both sides of the ball.
First down and 10, 16-yard line of the Stars. Connolly, little pressure, got rid of it. Catch is made, dive for the pylon, touchdown. But a penalty marker is back. 2 of them, one at the 20, one at the 25. What do you think here, Rick? Holding? Nice catch and dive into the end zone. See if it stands. Holding against Centennial and a dead ball personal foul against North.
Was that number 5, Mike Alcock for Centennial that made that, or that's number 6?
That's number 6, yep. That is Justin Randolph, the senior. Vegas gold on white, Rick, is not very easy to pick up from the rafters. But
tough on announcers.
They look sharp, but difficult to see. North High with their very vibrant red on black. And so
actually it's kind of tough on both sides. You've got black jerseys with red numbers and then white jerseys with a light gold number.
So the ball will be advanced to the 13 out of all that. 3 yards to the 13 for the Golden Hawks. Connolly in the gun. Handoff. Glass. Inside the 10. No, right at the 10. So it'll be second down. Strong tackle there made by number 5. Chris Romero does a little bit of everything. Second down and 4. Connolly over the middle and
like
too tall for number 7.
Thought there might be a little PI there, but no flags came out. Speaking of that, it's been a pretty clean game. We've had about 6 penalties. For an opening game, that's not bad at all.
Absolutely. Always jitters that first game. Obviously in non-league. Strapping them on for real now. Hand off to Glass. He will go nowhere. He will be dropped back at the 14. And so a loss of 4 on the play. Got to give credit to the North High defense. I mean, they've been, but they're very physical.
Yeah.
And
a lot of these kids played on that group last year, that had a lot of success, that finally found a way to win, and they don't like to lose.
No. And Cody Gregg on to try about a 30-yard field goal. It's on the way, and it is no good. It just went wide left. hooked it just a tad to the left. 6:24 to go in the second. 21-0 Centennial. And we'll take a break, get Rick's thoughts right after this.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile.
And I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile. And I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking,
And welcome back. North High and Fields, no time and dropped for a loss. By number 71.
Well, 17. Workington and Bloom off the same edge. That's tough.
That is.
That's a tough side to block there if you're North High.
And Big Nick Strickland at 6'4". And 236 pounds. Big stop there. Combining with Grant Bloom, who's been all over the field as well. So 2nd and 17 from the Stars 13. Trying to get something to work offensively. Here's Romero. Turns the corner and reaches the 19. So a gain of 6. And that'll make it 3rd down. Stop made that time by number 3, Hudson Sable. Centennial will be at home next week against Golden Valley, and then they go all the way up to Merced to play the other Golden Valley. Fields in the gun. Looking for a little time from his offensive line. Fires behind the receiver.
Centennial getting a lot of pressure from these DNs. Workington on one side. It looks like 54. Is that Jonathan Jennings?
Jonathan Jennings, yep.
On that left side. Very athletic. He's listed at 5'11". He looks a little bigger than that, but he did a great job getting in the face of Fields that time. And then you got Workington coming off the backside. So
North back in punt formation, like they have been throughout this first half. 21-0 Centennial, 3 Kyle Connolly touchdown passes. And the punt will roll down at the 44 of the Stars, where Centennial will set up shop. Score from Orange County, where Mission Viejo is leading Liberty 34-3 after 3 quarters. So not the start head coach Brian Nixon and Liberty wanted. And they get Ridgeview next week, Rick, at Patriot Stadium.
that'll be a good one.
Yes.
That'll be a good one. Ridgeview's got some athletes. I don't know if there is a total package like we thought Liberty was.
Mm-hmm.
Mission Viejo had some other thoughts on that, but
And Liberty trying to go in with 2 quarterbacks right now. Transfer Hector Gonzalez from Redwood and Visalia, as well as Dakota Ochoa, the senior.
well, let me ask you this: what's your feeling about these guys going down and playing these Southern California Powers? And coming on the short end more times than not.
Yeah, it's a tough one, and as a former head coach, Rick, and as well as an assistant, some coaches have the philosophy that you want to play a really tough schedule, hopefully to get more physical, to play against tougher competition, and then maybe success will come much easier when league time comes around. But as we know, tough teams down there. In Servite last night, of course, Mission Viejo, Mater Dei down there, St. John's Bosco, just some tough physical teams. So Glass, the runner, to the 49-yard line. But at the same time, Rick, it's a tough call because you also want to build momentum and get W's.
Yeah.
And you want to feel good about it, right?
You have to win your section down here first. I mean, when you go down there and what happens in the state. Connolly back.
Connolly fires, and that one was nearly intercepted that time by number 11.
I don't have him on my roster.
I do not either. We apologize because number 11 for North, we'll see if we can get his name at halftime, but he's been involved in a number of solid defensive plays. And Centennial will punt for its first time of the half. High kick. Great hang time, and it will roll down. What a punt. Inside the 5. They'll mark it at the 4-yard line. A beautiful, beautiful punt there.
Well, we talked about that early on about when your kicker is a weapon, it makes your job a lot easier. I tell you what.
Play that field possession game.
Defense owes him a Subway sandwich here sometime next week. They got to go 96 yards now. I believe his dad is Mike Gregg, former D coordinator at Centennial at Foothill. Longtime coach around town, softball coach now at Centennial, I believe.
So North High backed up. They need something here before the half, and 3:42 with which to work. Fields up under center, hands it off to Romero. Nothing fancy there. Fights his way out over the 5 to about the 7-yard line. A gain of 3.
I don't think you're going to see North High take a lot of shots here. They're going to try to work it out just like a quick pop there by the fullback and get it out there, get some breathing room so they can maybe punt it out there and play some more defense. But if you're Centennial, you want to get another score before this half.
And we need to find out. We need to find out what is the situation with James Johnson still on the sideline. One of the senior leaders for this team. Hand off to Romero. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. So no gain. 3rd down and 7.
Last time these two teams met, 2011, Centennial won 44-7. So they started playing in 2008, 2011. They had a four-year series there. That's the only time they played since Centennial opened in 1993. Of course, North High opened up in 58, maybe.
1958.
Yeah.
So nothing doing on offense for the Stars. And they will be back in punt formation. And number 11 is back to punt. And number 10 for the Golden Hawks set to return, David Stevenson, the junior speedster. Chad Ferguson. Stevenson on the run, makes the catch up the left sideline, still on his feet. There is a penalty flag, so this one's more than likely going to be coming back. 2 penalty flags on the far sideline, the Centennial sideline, with 2:09 to go. Turning into a gorgeous evening. Little cooler here in Oildale.
Talked about this being a neighborhood game. You know, so a lot of these kids, you know, they know a lot on both sides. They know each other, probably went to elementary, junior high, some of these places. And so this is a lot of these kids coming up deciding, do I go to North, do I go to Centennial?
Yeah.
And whether you like it or not, a lot of their decision is based on what happens out here on Friday nights.
Yeah. Yeah, excellent point. Excellent point. Seems like in the Kern High School district, you know, the boundaries redrawn. Some kids who might have gone to Centennial now go to North. First down and 10 for the Golden Hawks, 2:09. Outstanding first half for quarterback Kyle Connolly. 3 touchdowns in his first year as a starter. Handoff to Ty Glass. Glass breaking up the middle and spinning his way to the 25. Your impressions of the sophomore Ty Glass?
He's got his moments. He's one of those guys, you'd call him a third down back in the NFL, but, you know, he's not a big bruiser. He's got a numbers game, so they should be running the ball quite a bit now.
And here's Glass.
So, you know, whether he can do this against Centennial, Frontier, Ridgeview, Bakersfield, Liberty is a little different story.
Yeah.
So,
just 5'6". Very solid. And seems to really have the confidence of head coach Chad Brown on the option pitch out. And Glass will be wrestled out of bounds at the 12-yard line of the Stars. The Centennial wants to punch it in once more with a 21-0 lead. And first down from the 12 for the Golden Hawks. North High's defense has been on the field.
you might see Connolly.
Fumble on the play. And this one, there's a scramble for this one. I don't know if Connolly got this one. He did. So Kyle Connolly battling. It's the second time he's had to recover a botched snap.
Second and a mile now, but first 2 plays where you saw Glass, they had the numbers. They were playing, North High was playing coverage. Now you might see Connolly throw the ball because now the numbers are in his favor on the outside. There it is.
Connolly's got a man on the right side, and just
he
catch was made, but out of the end zone, out of bounds.
That's Stevenson.
That looked like that was number 10, Stevenson.
What a great catch, even though he was out of bounds.
Wow.
And you saw North High decide to put a little pressure on, get 2-on-2, a more agreeable matchup for Centennial on the outside, and they throw it.
Stevenson has got some quicks and some hands.
Now you're
Connolly. Step back. Pass intended for number 7, De La Rosa. Too tall. That'll bring up third down. This might be a Cody Gregg situation here before half, a chance to redeem himself after the missed 30-yarder that just sailed wide left. And a timeout on the field, and this one will be charged to Centennial. It's first, so 2 remaining, and we'll take a break. 21-0. Centennial leads North, only on the Kern High Network.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile.
And I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile. And I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special. One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
I'm a millennial, and for me, it's all
Back
about
fans,
the mobile.
scoring update from Ridgeview High School. Stockdale and Ridgeview, two Southwest rivals battling, and 0-0 at the start of the second quarter. So all the games going late here tonight. On the reverse, double reverse. Throwing and a little too high.
Got a flag down.
And a penalty marker. That was intended for Connolly off the double reverse. And the indication is a personal foul against Centennial, declined, and North High will take over with 34 seconds remaining in the first half. So your opinion, Rick, when's the best time to try a gadget? Some people call them trick plays, some people call them special plays, some call them gadget plays. When's the best time to throw one of those in there?
Well, you know, you always want it in something where you can, 2nd and 4, you know, something like that, 2nd and 5, you know, something where you have that third down that if you don't get it, you still have a manageable down and distance that next play. So 4th down like that, North High's expected something, so it's tough to get it off in that kind of situation.
So Filtz in the gun, 3 receivers to the left, and he will be sacked.
Is that Jennings, 54, left end?
Yeah, Jennings doing the job. He played well last week at Ridgeview, and he's come up with some nice plays here. 5'11", 175, a senior.
It looks like Fields is down.
Yeah, and Cole Fields is down.
So they've got one quarterback with a broken hand. Fields goes down. They've got another quarterback that's not eligible to the 5th game. I'm sure this was his worst nightmare scenario where another quarterback goes down.
Yes.
Just get through this game healthy. But it looks like he's going to be all right.
Yeah, nice to see Cole Fields is up. He's been under duress throughout this first half. Not a whole lot of time to throw.
Centennial's got a little bit better athletes up front, faster. You see, of course, working team going to Fresno State. Now Jennings on that other side. So you got 2 bookends there. They're very athletic. You can see by their build, they're lean. They can get up the field, and they can move.
Yeah, with that, not only the height, and you mentioned the size, and that's going to do it. So let's let the clock run out here in the first half, and at the break, it is Centennial 21, North 0, and we'll take a break on the Kern High Network.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile.
And I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile. And I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special. One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
I'm a millennial, and for me, it's all about the mobile.
And I'm somewhere in between. I still do my banking online and at the ATM. And with access to over 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs nationwide, Kern Schools is always close by.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County. Kern Schools, together we have something special. One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
As a millennial, for me, it's all about the mobile. And I'm somewhere in between. I still do everything online or through an ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County.
Take advantage of our low mortgage rates, including 60-day rate lock and no cost to you. Purchase or refinance your home today.
Kern Schools, together we have something special.
It's wicked cool. It's our new aviation class. It gives kids a chance to break into the industry. There's a lot of careers in aviation. This class is a lot more than just flying planes.
We've learned so much already. We've learned how to take off. We've learned instrument flight rules. It's something everyone can do, I think.
Good. And you see, remember that horizon? Try to keep it parallel to your cockpit.
After the 2-year program, they're going to be able to take the knowledge test for their private pilot exam. I am a pilot. I've been in Bakersfield for 10 years. I worked as an instructor for 6 years and then became a corporate pilot. And I'm a teacher here. We have amazing equipment. Even flight schools don't have that much equipment.
You put a class like this somewhere at North High, and it's really preparing kids to succeed because it gives them a whole new set of opportunities they never knew that they had a chance to pursue. I'm proud to say that I'm from North High School and that we have administration that's willing to put the money into offering really, really neat programs like this and preparing kids to succeed.
A lot of more hands-on activity, a lot more about woodworking and what to do, how to make a career for myself.
It's not only for guys. I am actually learning how to make cupboards and put everything together, like doors, cabinets. It's really fun, actually.
Yeah, well, It's really amazing to see their growth over the course of a year and how they can come in with no real skill at all and leave being able to actually produce furniture and cabinetry.
Houses need cabinets, businesses. Having a pool of resources or kids that have some knowledge in the industry would be real good.
Pull down on that. Let's slide these up. Watch fingers.
It's changed a lot. What I'm seeing here is what it's going towards. The CNC equipment, computers. I could actually build cabinets out of this shop. It's state of the art. It really is.
I am constantly looking for students that have been through these programs. It's always nice to have a person that has some experience. It's a lot easier to train. I think we're fortunate in Bakersfield that the Kern High School District has invested in a program like this. I would encourage other businesses to partner up with the Kern High School District like I've done here, because this really shows you what can be done if business comes together with the Kern High School District.
This is where we're going to train the kids to actually get jobs in the industry. We're going to give them the basic tools that they need, also the skills that they need to understand where they fit into the industry.
All the animated things, because we have everything that we need in the scenes.
They are learning the principles of animation, Photoshop. They're learning how to animate in 2D and 3D. And when you swap to that shape, then you're just going to drag these over here.
The storyboard aspect of creating basically the skeleton of the story, and then just sort of directing people in my vision of what I want in the story. And it's also giving me the advantage of Mr. Pollard, since he's worked at so many companies, being able to put it in my resume and be like, this is the art direction I've received.
I have 2 lambs.
This lamb is stubborn.
Taking care of animals is you feed them twice a day, make sure they have water, walk them, make sure they're ready for fair.
Vet science is the first year before you can actually go into animal science, and it's a lot of like hands-on with the different animals, and you get to learn different things such as giving shots, castrating, all that fun stuff. For me, wanting to be a vet when I'm older, it prepares me. All the stuff that I'm learning in ag is definitely going to help me.
I'm in ag communications. Anything that you see on the Facebook page is what we do, and pictures, and we do all the posters that are around campus, anything that just promotes ag.
Our students are all part of the FFA organization, and through that we have a chapter officer team. We do monthly chapter meetings because we're trying to get them involved outside of class so they can find something that they're interested in, and they need something that's going to hook them so that they're ready for life after high school.
In animal care, the students learn a variety of things, whether it's tools or terms. In the veterinary field, they learn about the skeletal systems, animal nutrition, the housing, how to properly care for them. They also have the opportunity in the spring to actually go work at a veterinary hospital or at an animal shelter or a grooming salon.
Animal restraint, weight and temperature, pulse, respiration, all of that I learned here.
They take a state certified test, and if they pass, they become a certified vet assistant right out of high school.
It's always hands-on, and so I think that's what really helps us is that we're not just getting it from a textbook, we're actually doing these things, and we're actually practicing these things that we'll be doing in our future careers.
It's wicked cool. It's our new aviation class. It gives kids a chance to break into the industry. There's a lot of careers in aviation. This class is a lot more than just flying planes.
We've learned so much already. We've learned how to take off. We've learned instrument flight rules. It's something everyone can do, I think.
Good. And you see, remember that horizon? Try to keep it parallel to your cockpit.
After the 2-year program, they're going to be able to take the knowledge test for their private pilot exam. I am a pilot. I've been in Bakersfield for 10 years. I worked as an instructor for 6 years and then became a corporate pilot. And I'm a teacher here. We have amazing equipment. Even flight schools don't have that much equipment.
You put a class like this somewhere at North High, and it's really preparing kids to succeed because it gives them a whole new set of opportunities they never knew that they had a chance to pursue. I'm proud to say that I'm from North High School and that we have administration that's willing to put the money into offering really, really neat programs like this and preparing kids to succeed.
We're in manufacturing engineering. We design parts, 3D parts, 2D parts, we create assemblies.
It's helping me get training in all of this stuff, like the computer programs that we have here, the machines that we have here. We learn a lot of math in here, mostly geometry and fractions, because I love math. That's why I'm in this class.
Mr. Lemmy, he's a great instructor.
So the problem is this piece itself.
He really goes hands-on with us. He helps us as much as we can. We've learned a lot from him.
Right now we're supplying students that are skilled in the safety, the basic operation of machine work, and then they also leave with some soft skills. They understand they have to be on time, They understand that they have to get up and talk to people. Most of them are walking out of here with a solid foundation in the entry level of a trade.
They can have a job anywhere they go because they have a basic understanding of what it's going to take to put products out that people are going to use.
Hopefully this is a good career for me. End up doing something good, have a good life, and make some money.
Well, we're learning a lot, and especially with just the basic knowledge of what you would need for an entry-level job.
All the basic skills to be a medical assistant in a doctor's office or a clinic.
You're leaning on it, and that'll make a difference.
And then they also do on-the-job training, and they work in doctor's offices or clinics throughout Kern County. The kids are job ready, and many of them are employed before the end of the school year. They're promised a job, as well as they continue their education. We have many registered nurses out there and even physicians.
I'm thinking I want to be an anesthesiologist. So a lot of school, but it'll be worth it in the end. Right now we're learning the different roles, what a game designer is, what they do, and how video games are made, and how to deconstruct them.
We're also going to be teaching the hard skills, which includes learning the Unreal Engine. And what the Unreal Engine is it's a game development tool that students will be able to use to make their very own video games. And this is something that actually industry professionals use every day to make some of the top-selling games. They're all the same size. You're all on the same plane. There's no undulating terrain or anything like that.
Our instructor, he's really amazing. He encourages everybody. He's really fun, and he makes learning fun.
And welcome back, football fans, to the Kern High Network's exclusive coverage of high school football. It's week 1, and from North High, Rick Hudgens along with Rick Van Horn, and a 21-0 Centennial lead so far. Kyle Connolly, first game starting as a senior for Centennial at quarterback, 3 touchdown passes. Your thoughts?
I thought he played very well for his first start out of the gate on the varsity level. Looked composed, knew the offense, made the right reads, made some nice runs with his feet, made some nice throws, had some help. Grant Bloom on the offensive side got some nice runs by Little Glass, the sophomore running back. So all in all, they looked pretty good against that kind of depleted, I would say, North High team. You know, we didn't see James Johnson that first half. Their best player, probably one of the best players in town. So North High still trying to figure out, we saw quite a few different styles of offense that first half, but that's par for the course when you play North High and Norm Brown's offense. So Centennial on the defensive side looked pretty formidable, even though you're playing North High, who's a D4 team, and you're a D2 team. So all in all, good game, good start for the Centennial Golden Hawks, and it's a good test for North High.
Yeah.
Because, this may be the toughest game they have all season, against a Division II team.
Yeah, definitely. North High, as you mentioned, they've tried a number of things on offense. I mean, their defense, for being on the field so long and only giving up 21 points, that shows a lot of character, a lot of grit.
Yeah, and both teams played a pretty good first game out of the gate. You're expecting a lot of penalties, mistakes, turnovers. We saw that last night at BHS. Turned the ball over 4 times. We had 1 interception. Centennial picked one off and blocked a punt. other than that, North High did have a nice 4th down stop here, so they won a few battles.
Yeah. Yeah, North High, Centennial has driven the ball down in Stars territory, and North High has held strong on a few occasions here. I am interested to see if there will be a James Johnson sighting on the field. He's moving around here. I know the fans here are waiting for James Johnson. 6'3", 200, a matchup nightmare. Outstanding player.
On both sides of the ball.
Yes. Yeah, you look at him, Defensive Player of the Year last year in the SEYL, and 18 sacks on defense. So, as you mentioned, both sides of the ball, not just a receiver.
And we talked about some big shoes to fill that they had. You know, Bailey West is gone, Victor Boggs is gone, and their number 1 defender, Connor Whitby, is gone. Those are some big shoes to fill in 1 year.
Yeah, and this smaller team, quicker team for North High this year. Guys playing multiple positions as kicker Cody Gregg will send it away. 3 extra points in the first half and a 30-yard field goal miss. And he will send it away. Number of touchbacks. And let's see what North comes out with. Chris Romero back deep. Will it go to number 5? No, it will go into the end zone. Automatic touchback to start the second half, and we'll see what North comes out does on offense. Some other scores around the county or teams from the county. Liberty fell at Mission Viejo down in Orange County. 34-10 was the final there. Ridgeview will be Liberty's opponent at Liberty next week. They lead Stockdale 14-0 now. We had seen that DeGraff and Reed had caught a touchdown from Taj Wright, the Bakersfield High transfer. Now at quarterback for head coach Dennis Manning.
We've got a James Johnson sighting.
He is in.
Let's see if they go to him right off the bat.
Look at the top of your screen, folks, out wide.
And they do.
It's going to be a throw. Ferguson for Johnson. He makes the catch. And James Johnson is still on his feet inside the 30-yard line. So you get benched for an entire half, and you come out, and that's the way you lead by example, Rick.
Well, that's what big players do, make big plays. So.
But there is an ineligible receiver downfield. A late flag picked up, but James Johnson is trying to get the North High crowd fired up. That was a nice pass from number 11 as well.
You've got his name now, don't you?
Yes.
Cole Ferguson.
Cole Ferguson.
Yeah.
He punts. He plays safety.
Plays wide receiver, and now he's on the in the books for throwing a pass.
He must be the 4th quarterback.
He just looks like an athlete. He's. I noticed the A.J. Sheridan is following him around too, making sure that he's not.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. A.J. Sheridan, of course, played for head coach Andy Hicks and played with Andy Hicks' son Jeff, who's a head coach at Liberty. And now A.J. and Jeff, best friends, will be battling out against each other this year in Kern County in basketball. So that'll be interesting. And now Fields. Back to pass. Looking. Firing. Nice adjustment, and the catch is made by number 11, Cole Ferguson. So you got Ferguson on the left and James Johnson on the right. Two boys with big size. And that was an inside pass. Ferguson made the adjustment. And a first down out to the 37-yard line. And the Stars try to get something going here now, Rick. Looking much sharper here. See what kind of adjustments Coach Norm Brown made at the break.
Well, now they've got man coverage here. So you've got Johnson one-on-one out there with Stevenson.
Oh, and the ball is knocked into the air and nearly picked off, but instead it's caught. It's Cole Ferguson to the 20, down to the 10, the 5, touchdown, North High Stars. And penalty flags are back at the 47 and the 42-yard line. And Coach Norm Brown is going to just be beside himself if this is against North. But the ball was batted up in the air. It was free for anyone to grab. And Cole Ferguson made the catch, and it's against North.
Well, I tell you what, that would have been a highlight reel right there. That ball was thrown. He's throwing a slant to the right. The ball ends up all the way on the far left-hand side where Cole was, who they knew the ball was going to Johnson. Yeah. So he's just kind of standing around doing nothing.
And it's all for naught as this play will come back. And we'll see where this will be marked.
You talked about North showing flashes. You know, 3 pretty good plays, 2 of them get called back. So it's all for naught.
So first down and 10 on the Stars 43. 2 big plays, including a touchdown called back. And now the pass intended for Johnson is too high. Moving up on the coverage there is number 10, Stevenson, David Stevenson. Major mismatch in height there. 5'7" versus 6'3". And James Johnson.
And Johnson's got fresh legs, so because he sat the whole first half, and Stevenson's been going both ways.
And returning punts. And here's Romero up the middle. He breaks the tackle. Romero scampers to about the 20-yard line of the Golden Hawks. And the North High Stars have come out a house of fire here in the second half. 21-0 is still the deficit for the Stars, but they are making some plays. And that time, a huge hole for Chris Romero right up the gut, Rick.
Right up the gut. Tough kid, Romero.
Quick little pitch on the inside.
Good backside tackle, but I couldn't tell. It looks like number 8 for Centennial. And
Blake Fowler.
Coming off that left edge.
One of their senior leaders, 6'1", 186. 9:47 to go in the third. 21-0 Centennial. North, 2nd and 7. Romero cuts back. Carries some tacklers. Inside the 15 to about the 13-yard line, a gain of 4. 3rd down and 3.
It's exactly how the math works out in this double wing. All they want is 3. 3 times 4 is 12. First down, keep the drive going.
And Cole Fields Trying to rally his team. Handoff. Romero again. Spinning to the 9. Correction, that was not Romero that time, but it's a first down for the Stars. Javier Ocampo, 5'5", 160, and he picks up the first down, running hard.
Looks like the shortest guy on the team over there. Look at it. Looks like a little bowling ball.
And the North High line is really winning the point of attack right now. Fields. Yeah, after the fumble, it looked like a botched pitch. Romero picked it up and got back to the 11, but he lost 2 yards. So it'll be second down and goal to go from the 11. Second down. Checking in is number 25, Kevin Green, fullback, 5'10", 170 senior. Fields, back to pass, rolls out. That's going to be a pass interference, and that one was pretty obvious as Cole Ferguson was unable to finish his route. And the pass interference against the Golden Hawks here.
Well, you knew something like that was coming. They move when they go in that double wing. They move James Johnson at tight end, and at that time they had Cole Ferguson on the other side, left tight end. So,
scoring update from Ridgeview. Ridgeview just scored again, 21-0 now over Stockdale in the second. So it'll be first down and 6. First down and goal to go from the 6 for the Stars. Knocking on the door. Can they bust it down? Up the middle. Pushing the pile to the goal line, but not in. Just short by just about 6 inches. It'll be second down and goal to go.
Boy, from our vantage point, it looked like he scored.
Yes. Here comes Fields up under center, handoff straight ahead. Great penetration by the defensive line that time of Centennial. And they will stop Romero short.
You could see Fields pat his backside, telling the fullback which way to go. And that time he patted left, and they went left.
Fourth down and goal to go from the 1. North will stack it up. 1 yard away. Romero cuts back. Romero gets into the end zone, and the Stars have their first 6 points of the 2018 season, Rick, and that was a methodical drive.
It was. Even though they shot themselves in the foot a couple times, they still were able to put it together, stay composed, and put it in the end zone.
And you could see the excitement there of North High players as they come off the field. Cole Fields, happy to see his team get on the board. Extra point attempt by number 56. 7:02 to go in the third. And we're going to get some movement. It's a false start against North. So that'll move it back 5 and make the kick a little more difficult.
You know, last year North High had, with Johnson and Victor Boggs, they had probably as good as any 2 receivers in town. That includes Taj Wright and McGill from Bakersfield High, DeGraff and Reed, and from Ridgeview. Now we've got to see a little bit more out of Cole Ferguson, but I mean, he could be that guy opposite Johnson to take some heat off Johnson, because Johnson's going to, as you see now, we're probably going to see some double coverage on Johnson. That last series, you know, Stevenson, the corner, he was backed up off 10 yards.
Yeah.
And
just having him on the field, right?
Just having him on the field draws attention.
So North High, the extra point is good. 7:02 to go in the third. And North High with their first 7 on the board of the 2018 season. Centennial 21, North 7. And one thing that we have to remember is that this Centennial team lost 4 games with it 9 points and had some trouble finishing down the stretch. They played some opponents well, Clovis High, and just came up short a little bit. So this is a great test of will and character for Centennial as well.
It is, and Centennial, they did play a tough schedule. They played some of the track schools up north. Of course, that league that they play in down here is tough. They've kind of scaled down a little bit this year and got back to within, people within their range, I should say.
They will play. They will play at Rigetti. They will have St. Joseph's at home.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. I think
and those are teams that they can play with. That we should, Centennial from Bakersfield should beat up on those guys because they're not powers over there. It's not a Tascadero, Paso Robles.
Royal Grande.
Yeah.
Royal Grande, probably the cream of the crop over there right now. But it's certainly going to make the Central Section playoffs much more interesting. And it's going to be a dogfight to get into the playoffs for some of the Kern County teams.
Well, hopefully we can start filling out the brackets now. Many times in that D1 with 16-team bracket, you'd have, 10 teams and everybody's getting a bye. So hopefully, we can fill out the bracket come playoff time. I see Dr. Mark Balch, principal at North High. He's a doctor now.
He's a doctor.
Yeah. He's the only doctor in town that threw a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. You know that?
Oh, wow.
Mark was an outstanding pitcher.
Wow, busting it outside. Stevenson still going and forced out of bounds to try and regain some of that Golden Hawk momentum. But we have a flag on the Centennial sideline, and more than likely that means it's all for naught.
Looked like it might have been because it was after the play, so it looked like it might be a personal foul, and it might be against North High because I.
So
while they decide, I tell you what, Centennial's done a great job on special teams. With Greg kicking, you got Stevenson now returning. That's his third. His third good kickoff return that he's had tonight.
So
I should say 2 punt returns and a kickoff return now.
Yes.
But Centennial is getting, and they blocked a punt. So they're, when we start talking about the MVP at the end of the game, player of the game, Centennial special teams might get a mention.
Absolutely. We'll be picking our Tony's Pizza player of the game like we do every game for every athletic event that we cover, whether it be football, soccer, basketball, wrestling, guys or girls.
Well, we've got some candidates. Connolly, Bloom, Stevenson.
In the gun, Conley, quick pass, caught it right on the money. Making the catch is Hunter Sable, and he will be dropped inside the Stars 35 at about the 34. So it'll be second down and 4, gain of 6 on the play. 3 receivers to the right for the Hawks. Lone setback is Glass. This is Glass. And gets to the 30. Just inside the 30. About a little over 4 yards on the carry. And picks up the first down for the Hawks at the 29 of the Stars. So now the Stars trying to hold Centennial down after scoring their first points of the night. Glass spinning. Gain of 4 to the 25. It'll be second down and 6.
what North High did with that good drive they had, that scoring drive, they kind of woke up Centennial out of that halftime funk, and they're coming out with some urgency in this second half on offense.
And Dylan Rutledge making another stop. The captain, 6'3", 275.
That was Johnson. Coming off that left edge, that's a kid that we didn't see that first half.
Big James Johnson.
Now he makes a play on offense and defense, so he's the heart and soul of their team. So when he's off the field, they miss quite a bit.
No question about that. Throwing, Connolly. Oh, nearly made a spectacular catch, leaping up and over the defender. But at the same time, the defender held in there, and now he's holding his right.
Cramps. Is that
Cramps.
Romero?
It's Chris Romero out there in coverage.
I'm surprised that that's a kind of a mismatch. So you have a big – he's covering the slot receiver there, and he's not quite a cover guy, as we'd call it. And I'm surprised that Centennial didn't go after him. They ran a little wheel route. Merrill came over on top to cover it, and was that Bloom that made that almost made that catch for Centennial?
That was Bloom. So nearly made that. I mean, that was almost a outstanding catch. Well, we're going to take a quick break here. 5:11 to go in the third timeout, only on the Kern High Network.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile, and I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile, and I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special. One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
I'm a millennial, and for me, it's all about the mobile.
And welcome back, fans, to North High School. Got an entertaining affair here. Two Northwest rivals. North High hosting Centennial. Centennial, the 21-7 lead here. It was 21-0 at the break. And Centennial driving again after North High marched down and scored in the second half. And Connolly is dropped for a major loss.
By who? Number 2.
It was number 2, James Johnson. What an impact. Don't like to prognosticate as to the reason he didn't play the first half.
Looked like they're going to throw a flag on Norm Brown on the sideline there.
Coach Brown is not happy. His players are trying to calm him down.
Once he gets going, I've noticed that he lets him have it. Halftime score from Garces, 10-7 over Bakersfield. 10-7 Garces over Bakersfield Christian at half.
Wow. So Garces, 10-7. A.J. Gass, former Servite coach. The helm for Garces, trying to get the win over Darren Carr's Bakersfield Christian Eagles. First down at 10 from the 23-yard line. So that was a massive sack there by Johnson.
A big sack because that was fourth down.
Yes. A little bit out of field goal range for Centennial, so they went for it. And Kyle Connolly was dropped for a loss. So North High heads up to Monterey to play Monterey High School next Saturday night at 7:30. And quick play there. And James Johnson will come back into action.
Romero still on the sideline. Looked like he just got a cramp there in his calf.
So the ball carrier was Mario Rodriguez, number 22, the 5'7" junior.
There goes Johnson releasing.
Fields on. He is completely swarmed under that time.
It looked like Bloom and Workentine off that one side. That's tough.
Number 11, Grant Bloom. And big Workentine. Colby Workentine, number 17 at 6'5", 233. And Fields had no time and no chance. 2nd and 17 from the Stars 15, 4:03 and counting in the third quarter. Thanks so much for joining us. Exclusive coverage of Kern County football action. The Kern High School District proud to bring you the Kern High Network. Rick Hudgens along with Rick Van Horn. We've got the outstanding Todd Bentley running the technical part of the game tonight. And Julius Adams on the camera. And the penalty is against North. So that'll back it up to the 10-yard line and make it 3rd down and 22.
You know, we talked about that first half being fairly clean with penalties, and now we've probably had as many penalties just in this third quarter as we did the whole first half.
Mm-hmm. Lone setback. Going for Workentine, jump ball, intercepted, and taking it to the house is number 4, Morgan Dutton, the junior, but there is a penalty flag back at the 12, and we'll see what the indication is.
Centennial.
So North's going to keep, or Centennial's going to keep possession either way.
Block in the back, but the interception does stand by number 4, Morgan Dutton. Another player to watch this year, the 5'10", 150-pound junior. And looked like he was just trying to put it up, thinking Workentine was going to out-jump Morgan Dutton that time, and Dutton played it well defensively. Another score to bring to you from Frontier. Sunnyside from Fresno trails Frontier 28-7. Connolly back in the gun. One receiver to the right. And 3 up top. Handoff. Penalty flag down. So we'll see what happens here.
I think it's illegal shift. Yeah, illegal shift on Centennial. They weren't quite set.
So first game of the year. First real game. They've had one scrimmage. They've been practicing since mid-July. Fatigue? Does fatigue become a factor here in the second half? Because now we're starting to see more penalties, Rick.
Well, yeah, some of these big guys got to play themselves into shape, and you can see North High's got a lot of beef up front there. So those guys, it's going to take a while to get those guys into shape. It is warm. We started late. It's 100 degrees all week.
Connolly fires. Catch is made. And still on his feet. Hudson Sable. Touchdown, Centennial.
Looked like number 12 there.
Touchdown, Centennial. At the end of the play.
Correction, catch is made by Carson McKinley. Carson McKinley, number 12. My apologies.
Good throw, good catch, and good run after the catch.
4 touchdown passes. A great fantasy day or evening for Kyle Connolly. Extra point is up and perfect by Cody Gregg. So North High scores on the opening drive of the third, but with 3:10 to go, Centennial gets the pick and cashes in on Kyle Connolly's 4th TD pass of the evening, and it is 28-7 Centennial. So if you're North right now, you have a positive drive, you score, Johnson back in the game, gets a big sack, you get the ball back, you throw an interception. What do you think North does here?
Well, it's twofold. You've got 2 outstanding receivers in James Johnson and Cole, but majority of that third quarter has been spent running the double wing. So it kind of, takes those guys out of the play. Yeah. Your 2 of your 3 best offensive guys are not a factor.
Cody Gregg set to send it away. Kickoff, it will be returned from the 70-yard line, breaks a tackle and fights his way out to the 34-yard line.
Number 20.
Nice return.
Left corner for North High.
Josiah Toro.
He made 3 good nice plays in the first half, so with that return, he's got to be mentioned in that running for that Tony's Pizza player of the game for North High.
5'9", 137 senior. Josiah Toro. 3:02 to go in the third quarter. 28-7. Golden Hawks atop North. Handoff on the reverse, 81. And able to pick up some yards. That was Javi Ocampo, number 81. And North High picks up 6 on it. So 2nd down and 4 from the 40. Cole Fields. Back into the huddle. Pitch, getting the edge and picking up the first down. Chris Romero back in, takes the pitch, turns the corner, picks up a Stars first down, but a late penalty marker coming in. Now 2 coming in.
Might be getting a little chippy down there between the 2. Being Northwest neighbors out here, sharing boundaries.
Yeah, as you mentioned, a lot of these kids know each other. Played junior football with each other, against each other. Some of them played together. We're still waiting for the verdict here. So holding against North and a dead ball. Personal foul against North High. And that's just something when you're trying to play catch up, you just can't make those mistakes, Rick.
No, you can't. Mental mistakes, especially the personal foul, and you could see they were getting a little chippy. It was something somebody said that drew the flag.
So the ball will be spotted at the Stars 18. Second down and 26. And now the officials are talking to the players. And officials have to be telling them to clean it up, right?
Giving them a little scolding there.
Watch the language.
Keep your mouth shut and play football. We had such a smooth first half, and now we get the third quarter from Heck.
No other better place to be on a Friday night. Friday night football. Bakersfield's a football town, as we all know, and Coalfields is swarmed under for a loss.
Now we're third down at about 40. 10, 20, 30, 35.
Yep. And once again, that was big number 71. He's made a lot of nice plays tonight.
Blocked a punt earlier this in the first half.
Yep. Nick Strickland. So third down and long. Up on the scoreboard says second down, but it's third down. Fields in the shotgun. Two receivers out, swinging out to Romero in the backfield, and he will go nowhere. He will lose yardage back to the 5, a 6-yard deficit on that play.
He actually had Johnson wide open right on that what we call a home spot right there, about 8 yards, right over the center. He kind of delayed and made his break, and Fields didn't see him.
Just find a way to let your playmakers make plays.
And that was the big question going into the season for North High. Who's going to get the ball to Johnson? Who's going to be the guy?
So North and punt formation, that's Cole Ferguson. End over end. Picked up. Stevenson still on his feet and finally wrestled down at the 7-yard line. Another nifty return for Stevenson. He's been all over the field tonight. Punt returns, kick returns.
I like him as a punt returner. He goes after it, he catches it, he gets upfield. You don't see him doing a lot of east-west. It's all north-south, so he's going to catch it and get up the field. A little disappointed, though, because when you run a heavy gate like they punt team, you have 3 big linemen back there, so that's once you break through everybody, it's those 3 linemen he got brought down. The 3 biggest guys on the field.
So Centennial here, this will be the last play of the third quarter with 1 second, 28-7, looking to punch it in and make it a 28-point lead. North High trying to stand firm, opening drive of the second half. North High with a nice drive. Got a touchdown and penalty marker on the far sideline, as the give was to Glass.
I think it's going to be against Centennial.
And it will be. So the penalty is assessed against the Golden Hawks here. That'll push the ball back to the 13-yard line. And that'll end the third quarter. Or they shouldn't be able to end on a penalty here. Look like they 1 second. Yep. Looked like they were sending the players. Refs looked like they were sending the players to the sidelines, but 1 second. And Centennial will have one more shot at it. Can North stand strong here? First down from the 8. Connolly fires. Incomplete, and that'll end the third quarter. 28 for Centennial, the visitor, 7 for North. 3 quarters in the books here from North High, and we'll take a break on the Kern High Network.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile, and I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile, and I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special. One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
I'm a millennial, and for me, it's all about the mobile. And I'm somewhere in between. I still do my banking online and at the ATM. And with access to over 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs nationwide, Kern Schools is always close by.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County. Kern Schools, together we have something special. One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking
and
your
welcome
way.
back to North High School, where Centennial leads the Stars 28-7. Second down and 13 for the Golden Hawks from the Stars' 13-yard line. Remember, Centennial will be at home next week against Golden Valley, who was trailing at East by 3 touchdowns. And North makes the long trek north and west to Monterey. Take on Monterey High School on Saturday night. It's 7:30. In the gun, Connolly looping it, picked off. That may have been his worst read of the night. Ball is picked off by number 20. There he is.
Yep.
Josiah Toro.
He's having a heck of a game. That's probably Conley's only mistake, really.
Yeah.
Bad ball, and kind of probably could have looked him off a little bit, knew he was going there. The wheel route, you saw that earlier in that first half that he hit Bloom with, but kind of stared him down and just threw a softie up there, and Toro made another heck of a play.
He's Toro's a playmaker on defense.
3 outstanding knock downs in that first half, interception now, kickoff return.
And timeout charged to North. So we'll take a break, 11:55 to go in the game. 28-7, Centennial leads North on the Kern High Network.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile, and I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile, and I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special. One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
I'm a millennial, and for me, it's all about the mobile. And I'm somewhere in between. I still do my banking online and at the ATM. And with access
to North High, where Centennial leads 28-7, will be North High's ball backed up at their own 2-yard line. And at this time, we would like to recognize our One of the scholar athletes here in the game tonight. Dylan Ferris is a senior, first-year starter at guard. He is 286 pounds, just at 5'11". He carries a 4.3 GPA. In all AP and honors courses, he's a member of Project Lead the Way. That's a big engineering program throughout the Kern High District. He's a member of the Robotics Club and hoping to attend UC San Diego and major in math to become an actuary. Fine young man, has worked extremely hard to become a starter this year, and really believes that this is going to be a major difference this year. He said, we will be better than last season. We will win more than one league game, and is confident that Centennial can defeat at least three teams in the league this year in a bounce-back season. So congratulations to Dylan Ferris, scholar athlete, 4.3 GPA, and an absolutely brilliant and wonderful young man. Number 65 for the Centennial Golden Hawks, the right guard. 10:50 to go. It'll be second down and 7. 28-7.
Well, they're definitely going to be able to. I think they do very good against Frontier and Stockdale. Garces is yet to be seen.
They were not happy with that. That was a back-and-forth game against Garces last year, and that was one that they believe they let get away in league. They were incredibly disappointed and finished the season losing 4 straight and missing the playoffs for the second straight year. So Romero takes the pitch and is stopped a yard short, so it'll be 4th down from the 11 with 10 minutes to go. Now it's 29-0 Ridgeview, as they just scored a defensive touchdown in the third quarter. Ridgeview 29, Stockdale 0. It'll be Ridgeview at Liberty next week. Liberty coming off the defeat at Mission Viejo tonight, 34-10 in Orange County. And now North High will come out, fields up under center.
Big play. North High just throwing caution to the wind. That was 4th down. They went for it and got the first down. Romero.
Yeah. Try to play catch-up, down 21 here. 9:31 to go.
The thing that we haven't seen and so much talk about is helmet-to-helmet contact that's getting so much attention. And we have seen a very clean game here. Yeah. And we've had none of that so far.
Yeah, point well taken, Rick. You are on the spot on that, and that ball will be out of bounds.
That ball will be dropped. Stevenson playing such a good game, and then he drops a sure-fire interception. You can't do that.
So many good teams in the county. Rick, last week we saw the scrimmage when we were doing our run through our practice. Yeah. We were at the Frontier High School for the Frontier Shafter East scrimmage. We saw an outstanding Shafter. We know how good Alex Aguilar is. And he's got Jackson Sanchez, his playmaker, number 2. They're going to be phenomenal. They were up on Miramonte 56-0 last we checked. They are looking for a central section title, are they not, this year, Rick?
I think they are. You know, they went to the semis last year and did well. Alex Aguilar is very built for that offense. You know, he's had 2 years now under his, maybe even 3. 3 years of that offense under his belt. Knows it very well. We saw him last week. Was very sharp, very poised.
Very intelligent young man.
East High looked like they were going to give some people some trouble. They've got Richard Laura, who's a third-year quarterback. Very outstanding thrower. Can throw the long ball. And they had a little speed in the run game. So them going into the new league with Highland, North, South, Foothill, Miramonte.
Could make some noise, huh?
Might make some noise.
To the East High glory days. 8:40 to go. Fields in the gun. Fields rolling right. Eludes a defender. Now he will tuck it away. And that might be yes, that will be a penalty. That will definitely be a penalty. He was out of bounds.
Might be a horse collar there.
Dead ball personal foul against Centennial. So that'll give North a first down with 8:40 to go in the fourth.
After a nice tough run, about 6 yards there by Fields. And now he's out to the 37-yard line. First and 10, North High.
You know, at this point, beg, borrow, steal if you're North High. It doesn't matter how you get the yard, just move that ball. They started back on there, too. And moved out to about the 37.
North High, lone setback, 2 receivers. Double tight end set. Keeping it as Fields. Nice play. With the fake, kept it, picked up the first down to the 50-yard line. Excuse me, the 49. Nice run there, nice read by Fields.
You know, we talked about Centennial coming out with that tough, high-paced offense, and now I'm looking over on the defensive side, and we've got some players there, and those bent over, hands on their hips. They're getting up a little slower now. It's kind of maybe worked against them.
Yeah.
Because now I see them sucking air a little bit.
Well, they do have a number of players who go both ways. Bloom, Workentine, of course. Some of the linemen throwing down the middle, caught by Johnson, and he fights his way inside the 30. What an exciting player. Boy, are we blessed to have James Johnson in Kern County. Rick, what's your assessment of Johnson? Do you think he has the speed, the size, the route running needed, or defensively, we know how good he is defensively as well, to make it at the next level?
Yeah, you know, it's tough because we haven't seen him. He's caught, 2 balls the second half. And
Fields in the gun with 2 backs now. Stepping up, firing, and threw that one behind the intended receiver. That was intended for Romero.
Good coverage by Sabo there. It's Sable, right?
Mason Sable.
Because they had Mason Saba a couple years ago, an outstanding.
It's Hudson Sable, I'm sorry.
Hudson, okay.
Yeah, they did have Mason Saba.
Mason Saba. Who went on to have a good years at Bakersfield College. And is attending school at Nevada Reno, but not playing football.
Yeah, very, very gritty kid. Good student. Throws. Catch is made on the flat. And nice catch and a great second effort. You talk about the yak, the yards after the catch.
You know, when you have a kid like Johnson, and throughout the season, he's going to be doubled quite a bit. You're probably going to have, you know, Centennial's they're single coverage out here with him and Stevenson.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get that very much.
No.
So when you get it, you got to take advantage of it.
On the reverse. Nice run. On the reverse, picking up a first down deep into Golden Hawk territory.
'81. He had another nice run earlier.
He did.
He's not on my roster.
He's not on mine either. Nope. Timeout on the field. So we'll take a break. 6:54 to go in this fourth quarter. Centennial continues to lead at North, 28-7 on the Kern High Network.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile. And I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile. And I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special. One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
I'm a millennial, and for me, it's all about the mobile. And I'm somewhere in between. I still do my banking online and at the ATM. And with access to over 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs nationwide, Kern Schools is always close by.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial institution in all of Kern.
Fires. Pass was intended and knocked down by number 2, Max Ritchie.
That's a play right there. If Fields just waits till he clears that underneath the fender, he's got the middle wide open, and Johnson for 6. If he just waits, let him clear that.
Number 81, you top of your screen. Now he goes in motion, fakes a handoff. Fields will keep it, trying to turn the corner, but read well by the Centennial defense. Leading the way.
Jennings, number 54.
54, Jennings.
He's played a solid game on defense. You know, we talked about those bookends, him and working team. Being solid, nothing spectacular, just doing their job.
So that'll bring up 3rd down and 12 from the Golden Hawks 16 with 6:36 remaining in the game. Fields in the gun, 2 receivers. 1 receiver to the left, 1 to the right. Fires down the middle. Tight end, nice catch, spinning and trying to reach for the goal line. Did he make it? No,
he's
he's
gonna be short.
Just short. What a great effort there. An outstanding effort there.
Talked about what his calling would be at the next level, you know, and he depends on who takes him. I mean, he's tall enough and big enough to, they could put him in the weight room, put him on training table, make him a tight end.
Yeah.
And he'd do well. I mean, he could be a wideout, or again, he could come off the edge like he does here and be a defensive end, outside linebacker type. I hope he realizes that along with his God-given talent, it's got to be the classroom, and he's getting it done in there.
Yeah.
Hopefully, because he could be have a future in college football.
Looking for a big season from him. Hand off to Romero. He will cash in, but there is a penalty flag on the far sideline. And an illegal shift against the Stars. So replay the down. So 2nd down from the 6. 2nd down on goal to go. Now, defensive ends, your thoughts. You like tall, fast guys with long arms, or do you like guys who may not be as fast, may not be as tall, but might be bigger?
Speed is everything. All right, so you can't coach it. You can't. You either got it or you don't.
Fields thought he had the ball, but he gave it to Romero.
Johnson.
Or correction, Johnson. Yeah, it was Johnson that time.
So to your point, it would be tall, lanky, guys that can run, physical players.
So doesn't necessarily have to be a biggest guy. Doesn't have to be
No, he's got to be physical. He's got to like contact, and he's got to be able to move and be disciplined.
Back to pass. Fields fires. Is that cut? No. Good effort.
Oh,
pass was
tell you what. I don't know about that.
It looked like he might have had that.
If this was a Monday night game, we'd be going to the booth for instant replay there.
Yes, we do not have video replay. We do not have the luxury here.
Norm Brown would be throwing his challenge flag.
When that ball, it looked like his hands were under it, but hard to make a determination. So 4:46 to go. We're going to take a short timeout and come back for the rest of the fourth quarter on the Kern High Network.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile. And I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile. And I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special. One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
I'm a millennial, and for me, it's all about the mobile. And I'm somewhere in between. I still do my banking online and at the ATM. And with access to over 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs nationwide, Kern Schools is always close by.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial.
And welcome back to North High School. 4:45 to go. 3 receivers to the left, trips left, 1 receiver to the right. Fields flushed out of the pocket. He'll keep it and fight his way inside the 5. So that will do it. He was not able to get the first down, and Centennial will take over. First down and 10, deep in their own territory with just 4:40 remaining.
Well, we know Centennial can throw the ball. I think the only maybe complaint or worry they might have is they want to run the ball a little bit better.
Yeah.
And, you've got to take what's there, and when they give you numbers. You've got to run it and throw it in this offense, and defense dictates what you're going to do.
Yeah, and Rick, you mentioned Ty Glass, a sophomore, not a very big guy. You wonder about the durability late in games. Is he the kind of guy who will be able to salt wins away to get those big yardage, run out the clock, keep possession when you have the lead? Some big backs in this town. Hand off ahead, Glass again.
Yeah, because eventually you're going to get, you're going to meet up with teams that match you up outside, that can play man coverage on you and then pack the box.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to put pressure on you. he's going to have to step in there and pass block and take that load. Is he a guy that can carry the ball 20, 25 times? I don't know. It's yet to be seen, I think.
And the ball's loose. This might be North's ball. There it's snap. It will be North's ball. So North High with the recovery on that. And they will have the ball here with 3:20 to go. Don't go away. When you've got James Johnson.
Well, I think this is Romero territory down here. So I'm giving it to number 5 there, and it takes 4 downs. It takes 4 downs, but
got to punch
I'm telling
it in.
you, get your butt in that end zone.
Yeah, Chris Romero, an absolute workhorse. We saw him go out of the game with what we believe were cramps. And now right up the middle, and that's the fullback cashing in.
That's Romero.
Touchdown. Yep, it is Romero. Chris Romero cashing in from 2 yards out to make it 28-13. Don't go away, folks. 3:17 to go in this one. North has 1 timeout. Centennial with 3.
Kind of a story of 2 halves, actually North High's won the second half. What was it at halftime, 21?
21 zip, yeah.
21 zip. North High's outscored them 14-7 now. 14-7.
Yep, 14-7, extra point is up and good. 3:17 to go, 28 for Centennial, 14 for North High.
As if it stands the way it stands now, 28-14, it's not a bad showing for North because their best player didn't play the whole half. And you saw the difference he makes when he does come in the game. So James Johnson the whole game, and if he gets 15, 18 touches a game, he's a game changer.
Yeah.
But that's the thing you got to do. You got to get him the ball 15, 18 times, whether it's kickoff returns, punt returns, quick screens, whatever it is. He's got to have the ball in his hands. On the other hand, if you're Centennial, you're going, hey, come out like barnstormers in that first half, and you guys, put it neutral and cruise the second half, so they're not going to be real happy about that.
So 3:17 to go.
Might see an onside here.
Yeah, with 1 timeout remaining for North. Got to think they're going to have to take some chances. See, yeah, Centennial's got the good hands people up on the 50-yard line. And it's 4 of them back with just 1 lone return man. There's the kick.
Oh.
And it will be fielded by Centennial.
Number 34.
Number 34.
Talk about the good hands people.
That's right.
May have been his only play of the day, but it was well worth it.
How many times have we seen in football an onside kick can completely change the momentum of a game? Got to have your good hands people in there in that time. A nice job by number 34.
The thing about what we've seen from Centennial, it's not only Connolly. They have Bloom, made plays. Dutton, the corner, Stevenson. Then you got
Sable.
And on the defensive side, you got Workington and Jennings.
Yeah. Nice pass. Catch is made, spinning inside the 45.
Number 6.
Number 6 with a catch, Justin Randolph, the senior.
So it's been a total team effort for Centennial, you know. And then you throw in Greg, the kicker, who's put North High in a hole a couple times tonight. And Glass, we didn't mention him, so.
Oh, yeah. Ty Glass is running hard tonight. Still running hard.
So
2 yards for Glass.
if you're Chad Brown, you got to be happy with the contribution that he's getting. It's just not a one-man show in Connolly. He's doing what he's supposed to do, you know, getting the ball to his playmakers and letting them go.
Yep. And give credit to that offensive line, a remake offensive line. Lost 4 starters, Rick, from last year, did Centennial. And this team has given Connolly sufficient time to throw the ball, some running lanes for Glass, and keeping it that time is Connolly. And it looks like he'll get the first down by about half a yard. First down and 10 with just 1:50 remaining in the fourth quarter. Well, Rick, this is a time of the game when we really have to start thinking about our Tony's Pizza player of the game. And, man, there's some good choices here.
Yeah, you know, you've got North High side, you've got the corner, number 20.
Oh, yeah.
Toro. Josiah Toro.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Johnson, although he only played a half. You know, got to almost take a look at Romero. Played a nice game. On the other side, you've got Bloom, who played a great game on both sides of the ball. Putting pressure on the quarterback. Stevenson did a good job at corner and then kick returns and punt returns.
Very dangerous player.
Yeah.
And then Connolly.
And then you have the quarterback Connolly, who gets all the glory. 4 touchdown passes. So Julian Wilson may be the tiebreaker here.
He may be the tiebreaker. I think Julian wants to go with the verbal Fresno State commit.
Working teen, huh?
It's a tough one. Glass fighting his way to the 30.
And we got to give a shout out to Greg, who would get a mention.
Kicker so
like
unheralded.
We talked about that whole special teams unit for Centennial. Blocked a punt, good returns both on punt and kickoff.
And timeout. It'll be a North timeout with 23 seconds left. So we'll take a break. We'll take a quick break, come back with our player of the game, and wrap it up on the Kern High Network.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile. And I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special. One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile. And I still do everything online or through the ATM. So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special. One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
I'm a millennial.
Come back, 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Rick Hudgens, Rick Van Horn, so glad you could join us on week 1 of the 2018 high school football season. Connolly will take a knee, and that will be the final play of the game. 2 Northwest rivals, they know each other, play hard against each other. Centennial comes out on top 28-14. And Rick, our Tony's Pizza player of the game is?
I would have to say Connolly, the quarterback for Centennial. 4 touchdown passes, threw one pick, but overall managed a great game, made some great reads, and also had some great runs.
Yes, absolutely. His first start as a senior quarterback, but has known Coach Brown's offense, Chad Brown's offense, since he was a freshman. And he went out today, threw 3 first-half touchdowns, and led his team to victory. And now some coaches are starting to argue on both sides, and cooler heads hopefully will prevail here as they move away from each other. It's been a well-fought game. We knew that coming in that there were some concerns for North High playing with their third quarterback, but Fields, we've seen if he had a little more time, he seems like he has the playmaker. He has some really good playmakers in Ferguson and Johnson.
Yeah, North High is going to be all right. They're going to be all right. It was a tale of two halves there. North High won the second half.
Mm-hmm.
Centennial jumped out to a 21-0 lead, but I think they're going to be all right. They're going to get, all those quarterback guys, or all their quarterbacks are going to come back at the same time. Now they're going to have a real problem.
Yeah.
So Fields did a admirable job.
Mm-hmm.
They started out slow, couldn't really find their groove, but they picked it up and had some bright spots. 28-14 against a Division II team like Centennial out of the Power League is respectable.
Yeah.
And they got to be happy.
Yeah, two fine coaches here tonight. Norm Brown threw everything he could offensively against Centennial, and Centennial executed well. I mean, second half a little sloppier. Maybe fatigue comes into the picture a little more, like you said, and also the fact that there was some chippiness since players know each other. You saw the coaches here at the end, but overall, pretty clean game. Refs kept control of the game. I thought they did a fine job. And Centennial notches a first win. Got to feel good for them. And head coach Chad Brown, he believes in this team. He believes that he has the team that he wants, who understands how he wants them to play. And he feels he has that leadership every game now, every practice this year. And we'll see what develops in the Centennial season. And North High looking to bounce back on the long road trip up to Monterey High School next Saturday night, 7:30. Centennial will host Golden Valley, 7:30 on Friday night. But fans, don't forget, when you're in the Valley and there's bad weather and it's hot and the air is not very good, we might have another late start. We don't know which 2 games will be covered next week, but there will be 2 games on the Kern High Network. So for my outstanding broadcast partner, Rick Van Horn, our incredible cameraman, Julius Adams, and the incredible Todd Bentley, running the technical side of it, and Javier, thanks for all you do. I'm Rick Hudgens saying so long from North High School, where Centennial wins the Battle of Northwest, 28-14 over the North High Stars. As for always, thanks for watching and tuning in to the Kern High Network.